Hello everyone. This is the second part of the chapter number 7, birds. As we have learned last time, beaks, types of beaks. First part, a strong, sharp and hooked beaks. Vulture and kite have strong and sharp and hooked beaks. Second number, short and horny beaks. That also we have learnt in the last video, that birds are having short and horny beaks like sparrow and peacock. Now let's move towards the third type of beak, short and curved beak. Parrot has a short and curved beak to break nuts and bite hard fruits. As you can see in the picture, it's a picture of none other than but parrot. Do you like parrots? Yes, I love parrots. A parrot has short and curved beak, as you can see and observe its beak. It's short and curved beak. Why? Because it can break hard nuts and hard fruits. Dear students, one incident I would like to share with you, that one day I have catch the parrot and I have put it into the cage and I would like to play with it, and I was playing with it and I was giving it to grape. Then while giving grape, it has bite, means parrot has bite my finger with its short and curved beak. So while you are catching or while you are playing with parrot, please be careful that it cannot bite or it will not bite to your finger, otherwise it is very hard. Okay, sometimes blood also can be occur from your finger, okay, if it will be bite, then because it is hardly bite, okay. Fourth number, strong, heavy and chisel shaped beak. A woodpecker's beak is very strong, heavy and chisel shaped. It helps the woodpecker make a hole in tree trunk to catch insects and make its nest. Have you seen woodpecker, dear students? A woodpecker has strong, heavy and chisel like beak. As we can see or observe in this picture, you can see its beak is very long, okay, and strong also. Why? Because it can make its nest or make holes in tree trunk and catch insects and make its nest. Okay, now fifth number, long and slender beak. Hoop has a long and slender beak. This beak helps it pull out insects from their hiding places. Dear students, it's the picture of a hoop has long and slender beak, as we can observe in this picture. Why? Because they can pull out insects from the hiding places. This type of beak they have, okay. Now sixth number, broad and flat beak. Ducks and goose have a broad and flat beak with tiny holes. When they take muddy water with insects in their beak, The muddy water flows out from the tiny holes, leaving behind plants and insects inside the beak. As you can see in the picture, a duck has broad and flat beak. Why? Because ducks and goose have a broad and flat beak with tiny holes. When they take muddy water with insects in their beak, the muddy water flows out from their tiny holes. Okay, from their tiny holes, whenever they are taking any insects from the muddy water, muddy water can come outside from these holes. That is why. Okay, leaving behind plants and insects inside the beak. So this is the picture of a duck. Okay, and they have broad and flat beak, and they have with hole. Okay, they have beak with hole, so that whenever they are taking any kind of insects from the muddy water can come outside from its holes. Okay, now 7 number, the long thin and curved beak. Sunbird has a long thin and curved beak. This kind of beaks helps in suck the nectar, sweet juice. Nectar means sweet juice of flowers. Hummingbird also has this type of beak. Have you seen hummingbirds? Okay, dear students, it's a sunbird. Okay, it's a sunbird, has a long, thin and curved beak, as we can observe in this picture. Why? Because they can suck the nectar or sweet juice from flowers. Then hummingbirds also have this kind of beak. This kind of beak means long, thin and curved like sunbird. Okay, eight number, short and broad beak. Swallows have short and broad beaks. They eat tiny insects. Their mouth and tongue are very sticky. These birds keep their beaks open while flying. Thus, tiny flying insects get stuck into their mouth. Dear students, it's a picture of swallow. It's a picture of a swallow. Swallow has short and broad beak. Okay, as we can observe in this picture, it has short and broad beak. Why? Because their mouth and tongue are very sticky, and these birds keep their beak open while flying. Why? Because if they will keep their beaks open while flying, then tiny flying insects will get stuck into their mouth. MCQs. Now let's start the MCQs. First, eagle has a blank beak. The answer is sharp and hooked. Sharp and hooked. Second number, which of the following has a broad and flat beak? Answer is A, duck. Third number, a swallow has a sticky mouth and tongue. This helps it catch. Answer is B, insects. Feet and claws. All birds have 2 feet. Each foot generally has 4 toes that bear claws. Birds use their feet and claws to walk, hop around, protect themselves from enemies, catch and hold food. Okay, so again let's, all birds have 2 feet. Okay, then each foot generally has 4 toes. Okay, 4 toes, then that bear claws. Birds use their feet and claws to walk, hop around, protect themselves from enemies, catch and hold food. Now preaching birds. Some birds have toes that help them hold the branch of a tree very firmly to rest or even sleep at night without falling. This act is called preaching, and these birds are called preaching birds. Okay, preaching birds like crows, sparrows and pigeons have 3 toes in front and 1 behind. These toes curl around the branch to hold it firmly. As you can see in the picture, toes curl around the branch. Okay, their toes has curl around the branch, and this is the picture of 3 front toes in front. Okay, and this is the 1 toe behind. It's a pigeon preaching bird. Okay, second number, preying birds or birds of prey. Birds like eagles, hawks, vultures and owls are flesh eaters. These are called preying birds. These birds have very strong and sharp claws for catching and tearing flesh of small animals like frogs and rats. Their strong and sharp claws are called talons. Eagle preying birds. Dear students, as you can see in the picture, by strong and sharp claws, they are catching their flesh, okay, or their food or their animals. So these have very strong and sharp claws for catching and tearing flesh of small animals like frogs and rats. Their strong and sharp claws are called talons. Okay, then third number, climbing birds. Birds like parrots and woodpeckers have 2 toes pointing upwards and 2 toes pointing downwards. They use their toes to climb up and hold the branches of trees. They are called climbing birds. Okay, as you can see or notice, the parrot climbing bird, they have 2 toes behind and 2 toes in front. Okay, now fourth number, scratching birds. Birds like hens, peacocks and quail use their feet to dig the ground in search of buried seeds and insects. They have 3 toes in front and one at beak, one at back with sharp claws. Dear students, in this picture, this is a picture of hen scratching birds. Okay. As you can observe, its claws, toes with sharp claws. Birds like hens and peacocks and quail use their feet to dig and in ground in search of buried seeds and insects. They have 3 toes in front of one at back and with sharp claws. Fifth number, swimming birds. Water birds like ducks, geese and swans have webbed feet to swim in water. They have 3 front toes and 1 back toes. The 3 toes at front are joined by skin, giving webbed like appearance. The webbed feet help them paddle and push water while swimming. Dear students, it's a picture of swimming bird duck. You can observe webbed toes. Okay. They have webbed toes. Why? Because they can paddle and push water while swimming. Okay, that is why they have webbed toes. Okay, 6th number, wading birds. Birds that can walk over shallow water are called wading birds. Crane, heron and paddy birds are wading birds. They have thin and long legs with wide spreading toes. Okay, as you can see in the picture, crane. It's a picture of crane, wading bird. As you can see, thin and long legs with wide spreading toes. 7 number, running birds. Ostrich is running bird. It cannot fly. It has long and strong legs for running. It is the only bird which has 2 toes in each foot. Ostrich, it's a running bird. Long and strong legs, only 2 toes. They have only 2 toes. Okay. Now nests. Like us, birds need a home to live in. The home of a bird is called nest. Birds build nests at safe places to protect themselves from harsh weather, lay eggs and sit over them till the baby bird comes out, protect their eggs and nestling from enemies and harsh weather. Now, newborn birds do not have feathers and are weak. Their eyes are closed. The parent birds protect and feed the nestling. They leave the nest after the nestling grow up and feed and fly on their own. Different birds make different types of nests. First, sparrow. It makes its nest in houses, trees, or any other protected place. It uses grass, leaves, straw, and cotton to make its nest. Pigeons also make similar nest. Dear students, in the first picture you can observe a sparrow and its nest. In the second picture, a tailor bird and its nest. Second number, a tailor bird. Its sew leaves with its beak to make its nest. It uses thread, wool, and vegetables fibers to sew its nest. Third number, vulture. Vulture and eagle make their nests on the high tree. The nest look like shallow cup. They use sticks and twigs to make their nests. Fourth number, woodpecker. The woodpecker uses its chisel-like beak to make a big hole in a tree trunk. This hole is used as a nest. It lines the hole with wood chips to make the nest cozy. A vulture, dear students, it's a picture of a vulture and its nest, and second picture, a woodpecker and its nest. Now, fifth number, weaver bird. It uses grass and twigs and ties them into knots to make its nest. The nest is strong, big, and hangs from the branch of a tree. The entrance is at the low end of the nest. Dear students, it's a picture of a weaver bird and its nest. So here we have completed our chapter. Now there are some points to remember. The different parts of a bird's body are beak, eyes, feathers, claws, wings, and tail. A bird has three types of feathers: flight feathers, down feathers, and body feathers. Different birds have different types of beaks depending on the kind of food they eat. Different birds have different types of food, feet and claws. Birds make nests to lay eggs and protect their eggs and nestling. So here we have completed our chapter. In the next video we are going to check out its exercise. Thank you.